breaking news now. Police say they have found the body of a missing woman from Chattanooga. 22-year-old Jasmine Pace was first reported missing last week. Police have charged her boyfriend, Chen, with criminal homicide in connection to her death.
Our main concern is Jasmine and where she is at. We will not stop until we find her.
I think her daughter solved her own murder by sending that location.
Thanksgiving Day, 2022. Jasmine Pace posted on her Facebook page, cute photo, sweet caption. Enjoying the holiday with my baby. Her family was the ones reading it, and within seconds, they knew that was not her. Because Jasmine was not the kind of woman you could just replace with a photo and a caption. She had tattoos running up her right arm that told the whole story of her life. And they were missing. There is a suitcase sitting on the bank of the Tennessee River on a road called Suck Creek. And honestly, the name alone should have told somebody something was wrong. Inside that suitcase is a 22-year-old girl wrapped in 3 trash bags, handcuffed, shackled, stabbed 60 times. 98 pounds of a woman that her family could identify in a photo from what wasn't there. She had 4 cats she loved like actual children. A godson she called her heart. A whole future she talked about out loud like she was already living it. Her name was Jasmine. Her people called her Jazzy. And the man who put her there, the morning after, made himself a matcha latte, took a photo of it, sent it to her phone with the message, slept like a baby, then opened Tinder, and told a girl named Victoria, so I guess we're dating now. Then he went to Walmart and ran his cleaning supplies through self-checkout, listed as asparagus. Then, and I need you to stay with me, texted Jasmine's own phone to ask if they were still good for dinner tonight, while he was standing on the road where he had just dumped her. But here is the thing about Jazzy. 7 minutes after a neighbor below her heard a woman screaming, Jasmine picked up her phone. And she sent her mama one thing. No words, no call, just a pin. Her location dropped in the dark. Like she was saying, find me. A stranger who spent 9 days locked in a jury hotel, living inside this case, said it best afterward. Her daughter solved her own murder. But first, this family went through hells to get to that answer. And so did Jazzy. Because before that suitcase was ever found, there was a Facebook post. And that post was the beginning of the end for Chen. He just didn't know it yet. You're on TikTok Crimes. We cover what happens when social media fame turns fatal. TikTok stars, Instagram couples, Facebook influencers. When their posts become crime scenes, we break down exactly what went wrong. These aren't just viral stories. These are real murders, real victims. Subscribe right now if you want the truth behind the trending hashtags, because by the time something goes viral, somebody's usually already dead. Here's what happened. Jasmine Pace was 22 years old, a community college student in Chattanooga, Tennessee. She had recently lost her great-grandmother, the woman who raised her, to cancer. So when she texted her mama the night before Thanksgiving, saying she needed space for the week, Katrina didn't panic right away. Because that was the kind of daughter Jasmine was. She felt things deeply. She grieved hard. She loved harder. Her sister Gabby will tell you she talked constantly about the kind of mother she was going to be one day. She had met Chen a few months earlier on Bumble, computer science major at the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. He was 22. She was 22. They were casual enough that her parents had never met him, never even heard his name. that detail right there. That will matter more than you think as this story goes on. The night before Thanksgiving, November 22nd, 2022. Jasmine left her mother's home just before 11:30 p.m. The last surveillance camera on Tremont Street caught her pulling into Jason's apartment complex at 11:42 p.m. That is the last image of Jasmine Pace alive. The next day, Katrina got a text from Jasmine's phone. Said she'd be staying with her friend Emma for the week. Needed time. Okay, fine, understandable, except... Then came the Facebook post. November 26th, posted publicly. Enjoying Thanksgiving with my baby. With a photo. Now. To most people scrolling past, it probably looked completely normal. Cute, even. But Jasmine's family? They looked at that photo and something shifted in their chest. The outfit in that picture was not how Jasmine dressed for social media. And her daddy, Travis, he looked at her arm. Jasmine had tattoos, a whole collection of them, running up her right arm. Each one placed on a different date, months apart, like a timeline written on her own skin. In that photo, her arm was clean. That picture was old, months old at least. Somebody had gone through her camera roll, picked a photo from before the tattoos, and posted it like it was Thanksgiving Day. Travis Pace said it exactly right on that witness stand.
It was literally like the match that lit this whole thing on fire, because it was not a modest photograph posted on Facebook, and anybody that knew Jasmine knew she would not have posted that.
It was literally a match that lit this on fire. Katrina immediately called Jasmine's friend Emma. Emma had not seen Jasmine, was not expecting her. Other friends were getting texts from Jasmine's number too, all saying the same thing. She wanted to be alone, but nobody had actually heard her voice. So Katrina pulled up the family phone plan records, and she went through every number Jasmine had called. The last significant call on November 22nd lasted 1 hour and 11 minutes. She dialed the number. A young man answered. Said his name was Jason. Said he hadn't heard from Jasmine in days. Said the last time they spoke, it was only for a few minutes. Girl. The police came, took a report, and left. Because Jasmine was an adult, they said. No clear signs of foul play, they said. So Katrina and Travis did what any parent with no other option does. They became the investigators themselves. They found Jasmine's white Chevy Equinox using the My Chevy app, parked outside a condo complex on Mountain Creek Road. When they got inside the car, the driver's seat had been pushed all the way back. Jasmine was 5'2". Whoever last drove that car was not Jasmine. So let's talk about what Katrina and Travis did when the police left them standing on that street with nothing. They knocked on every single door at that condo complex. Nobody had seen Jasmine. But there was one more thing Katrina hadn't checked yet. Earlier that week, at 2:18 in the morning on November 23rd, her phone had received one final message from Jasmine's number. Not a text, not a voice note, just a pin, a drop location. Jasmine had never done that before. Not once. Not in the middle of the night. Not ever. That pin led them to 110 Tremont Street, apartment 210. They knocked on every door in that building. Every door answered, except one. Neighbors on the floor below said they had heard something in the early morning hours of November 23rd. Around 2 a.m. A disturbance. Loud. Somehow. And I'll let you fill in the blank on how a desperate mother gets into a locked apartment. Katrina and Travis got inside. What they found stopped them cold. A small travel bag sitting on the kitchen counter. It belonged to Jasmine. Cleaning supplies, out and arranged. In the desk drawer, Jasmine's driver's license. Her credit cards sitting right there, in a drawer in his apartment. Travis pulled those items out and laid them where police could see them. Then they called 911. Again, the officers came, spoke to the neighbors, and left. Again. At this point, Katrina was past frustrated. She went back in, multiple times. She took notebooks, phones, a camera, an iPad, anything she thought could help find her daughter. It was close to midnight before Chattanooga PD finally came back to 110 Tremont, this time with a search warrant. And what they found in that apartment turned a missing persons case into something else entirely. Blood on the hardwood floor in the living room. Blood in the grout of the bathroom. Blood on the bedroom carpet. Spatter on the bathroom walls. Broken glass on the living room floor. Furniture that had clearly been moved, leaving marks on the carpet showing where it used to sit. Underneath the bed, a large stain the furniture had been covering. And on top of the bed, a kitchen knife. Then the crime scene unit sprayed the apartment with Blue Star, the forensic agent that makes blood visible even after someone has tried to clean it up. The hallway lit up, and that was the moment this stopped being a missing persons case.
Breaking news now, police say they have found the body of a missing woman from Chattanooga. 22-year-old Jasmine Pace was first reported missing last week. Police have charged her boyfriend, Jason Chen, with criminal homicide in connection to her death.
Now investigators had surveillance footage from the apartment building and the surrounding area. And they started building a timeline of exactly what Jason Chen had been doing since 11:42 p.m. on November 22nd. The last moment Jasmine was seen alive. At 2:11 a.m., the downstairs neighbor heard screaming.
The night of November the 22nd and in the early hours of November the 23rd, was there an incident that you can recall?
Yes, I was woken up in the middle of the night by a loud scream.
Can you kind of take us, and you can go slowly through the events that woke you up and everything that you heard from that point until you didn't hear it?
There was a scream that startled me out of my sleep. I checked my phone to see the time because I was going to call 911. It was around 2 a.m. There was a voice that was screaming words. The words I couldn't understand fully.
Was it a male voice or female?
A female voice. And then there sounded, assuming that the apartment above mine is laid out the same as mine, there sounded like chasing, a lot of footsteps going across towards the front door.
One person's footsteps or two?
It sounded like multiple.
You said towards the front door. Was it towards the front door or towards the bedroom?
Towards the front door because I was in the bedroom when I heard it.
You had said that you heard a scream. Can you describe the scream?
Distressed. Not quite angry. Emphatic.
7 minutes later, 2:18 a.m., Jasmine sent the pin. By 8:27 p.m. the next evening, a Ring camera caught Jason leaving his building. 3 minutes later, a figure in a light-colored hoodie drove Jasmine's white Chevy Equinox out of the lot and left it parked at a different complex a few miles away. A hired car then collected that same figure and dropped them back at Jason's building. The hoodie, by the way, bright white, distinct, not exactly the camouflage choice of a criminal mastermind. That evening, at nearly 6 p.m., the same white hoodie emerged from the building again, this time struggling to drag a large suitcase through the front door and toward the parking lot. His black Toyota Camry left shortly after. The morning after Jasmine died, Jason Chen went to Walmart. Signal Mountain location, self-checkout, peroxide, cleaning supplies, Band-Aids. And because he apparently didn't want those items looking suspicious on the receipt, he rang several of them through as asparagus. The overhead Walmart camera got a perfect shot of his white sneakers. Those same sneakers were found in the dumpster outside his apartment that same evening. After Walgreens, he came home. By 12:43 in the afternoon, he was on Jasmine's Facebook account, posting as her. That was the Thanksgiving post her family saw and immediately knew was wrong. When investigators arrested Jason at his parents' home in Nolensville 6 days later, he had lacerations on his right hand and feet.
Our main concern is Jasmine and where she is at. We will not stop until we find her.
In his bedroom at his parents' house, they found a black backpack. Inside it, in a glasses case, Jasmine's SIM card. He had physically removed it from her phone and hidden it, and pinned to the walls of his bedroom, notes, color-coded, handwritten, documenting Jasmine's life, her history of grief, her family dynamics, things she had shared with him in private, framed to make her look unstable. On December 1st, investigators followed Jasmine's phone data to Suck Creek Road. Walking along the riverbank, they spotted it. The suitcase. Inside, wrapped in 3 trash bags, handcuffed and shackled, was Jasmine Pace. 98 pounds, 60 stab wounds. The tip of the knife still inside her body. She had been in a fetal position when it happened, because she was already bound when he started. Her right hand cuffed to her right ankle, her left ankle chained to her right elbow.
These are not the typical law enforcement handcuffs.
The trial opened in January 2025, and on day 1, the defense did something nobody expected. They admitted it. Jason Chen killed Jasmine Pace, his own attorney told the jury, but they called it a crime of passion. Claimed she attacked him first with a wine bottle after finding Tinder notifications on his phone. The prosecution dismantled that in 3 moves. No alcohol was found in Jasmine's system at autopsy. No Tinder notifications existed on his phone that entire day. Not one. And a 98-pound woman in handcuffs does not attack anyone.
Everything he does leading up to the attack by shackling and restraining Jasmine Pace is to make it easier to accomplish the act itself. That is premeditation. And during the commission of the murder, you mean to tell me that during any one of those 60 stabs, he never once thought, I should stop? No. Like the car approaching the yellow light, it was hammer down. Keep going. Don't stop.
Jury deliberated for 44 minutes.
With respect to count 1 of presentment 315228, we, the jury, find the defendant, Jason Chen, guilty of first-degree premeditated murder.
At sentencing, Jasmine's cousin Jacqueline walked to the front of the room. Before she said a single word, she dropped 60 stones into a jar. 1 by 1 by 1. 1 for every stab wound. Jason Chen is currently serving life without parole at a correctional complex in Tennessee. He has already filed for a retrial. And Jasmine, she never got to be the mother she talked about becoming. She never got to see those nieces grow up. Her dad said it on that stand, and it should stay with all of us. We lost her children. We lost her grandchildren. The entire family tree has been cut down. A 22-year-old girl on a dating app. A man she had known for a few months. A family that the police turned away. Twice. Before they had to solve this themselves. The next time someone tells you to stop being paranoid about who you're meeting online, remember Jazzy. Remember the tattoos that weren't in the photo. Remember the pin she dropped at 2:18 in the morning. Remember that she fought, and she made sure we all knew it.
I think her daughter solved her own murder by sending that location.